What up, guys? In today's video, I'm gonna talk about the top 3 keys that you need to follow to have a successful cut, to lose fat, get ripped, lean, even shredded. So these are the top 3 tips that you really need. They're the most important ones. Everything else is pretty much accessory or bullshit. Okay? So let's begin with the first one. The first one is calorie deficit. I can't stress this enough. I can't say it enough. I've said it in hundreds of my videos now. The only way to lose fat is to be in a calorie deficit. Period. Calorie deficit. That's the only way to lose fat. And if you are watching someone who's saying you can do something else to lose fat, it's bullshit. You should just turn that shit off and just listen to the logic, to the science, whatever. Calorie deficit. Because your body can't go over thermodynamics. If you eat more calories, which equal energy, calories are basically energy, right? So you take in more energy, you're gonna gain fat and or muscle if you're training. The same way, if you take in less energy than your body has to maintain, then you're gonna lose fat, you're gonna lose weight. And basically, that's the only way to effectively lose weight. If you're not in a calorie deficit, you're not gonna lose fat, period. So, for all you guys who are saying you're training 6 days a week, you're dieting very strictly, and you say you're not losing weight, it's simply because you're not in a calorie deficit. And I know it's hard to believe that you're not, but you just aren't. Because your body has gotten used to the low intake from your harsh diet and your hard training. So now you're basically fucked, Now you gotta do all the reverse diet, maintenance stuff, diet breaks to get your body to a normal place. But back to the point, tip number 1, the most important one, calorie deficit. How to know how many calories to eat. I've made videos on that, but basically it's your body weight in pounds times 10. That's the basic guideline, but I don't trust that. It's start with a calorie intake you're comfortable at, and then just decrease it. Every week you're not losing weight, just decrease it by 200 calories. And you're gonna eventually get into that deficit. That's the easiest and basically most effective way to do it. Okay? So let's move on to the next one. Tip number 2 that is super important to get lean, shredded, and that is resistance training. So what does that mean? You need to lift weights. You need to do some form of resistance training. Either it is weights or even body weight training. Doesn't matter, but you have to do some sort of resistance training. That means your body has to fight against a certain, resistance. A weight, maybe your own body weight, or in the gym. But that's what you gotta do. And why? Well, resistance training is super important. It's not just about burning calories, because you're gonna burn more calories, so you're gonna get easier into a deficit, which is great. But also, weight training has been proven to boost your your body's ability to burn more calories. Not a lot, it's not, let's not overcomplicate this. It's not gonna burn thousands of calories, but it raises all of your testosterone, growth hormone, which in turn burns a little bit more calorie. Okay? But that's beside the point, because weight training is important because you want to keep your muscle. Because your muscle mass, when you're in a deficit, you're going to start losing muscle if you're not training. Because your body doesn't care. If you're in a calorie deficit, your body doesn't care if it's going to come from fat or muscle. It's even easier to come from muscle, okay? So that's why you have to lift weights to send your body a signal. Hey, bitch, we need this muscle. And I'm training hard, so you're gonna keep this muscle. And when you do that, you're gonna maintain your muscle mass and only lose the body fat. And what you've done now is you've done a transformation. And basically, muscle is important, guys. The more muscle you have, the more calories you're gonna burn when you're resting, because muscle burns more calories. So you gotta do some sort of resistance training. What's the best one that I recommend? It doesn't matter. You can do what you like. Doesn't matter the split. You do what's comfortable for you. Basically, the rule is you have to train every single body part twice a week. At least twice a week. 2 to 3 times is optimal, but minimum 2 times. And you should basically do compound movements. You should just do some isolation exercises for the muscles that are hard to build, but mostly 80% of your workout should be focused on big body compound movements. They burn a ton of more calories and they build or maintain a lot more muscle. Deadlifts, squats, bend over rows, bench press, overhead press, pull-ups, dips, just all of those good compound exercises. Tip number 3, protein. Now, I know you guys knew I'm gonna get to protein, as I'm constantly saying how protein is important. It basically has one of the same functions as weight training. Let me explain. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body burns fat, and it likes to start to burn muscle, just like when you're not training. When your body doesn't have enough protein, enough of the necessary amino acids to maintain the muscle, it's gonna burn it off, especially if you're doing a lot of cardio and a lot of training. So weight training alone is not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be the most effective route. So you gotta use protein. Now, how much protein? There's a lot of debate, there's a lot of argument on how much protein you should take in, but don't overcomplicate it. Don't stress over it. Just take in 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And I know guys behind the computer, they're gonna scream now, what the fuck, 1 gram of protein, that's a lot. That's not a lot of protein, come on. If you're 200 pounds, that's 200 grams of protein. That's not hard to get. That's, a protein shake, a meal with eggs, and 2 portions of chicken breast. definitely comes out to close to 200 grams. So it's not that hard to get. I know the studies show you should take in 0.7, 0.8 grams. But I just like to stick to the old school methods, because the old school physiques were basically a lot better than today's, with the hanging guts. That's because of the overused drugs and steroids. That doesn't fucking matter. But basically, I just like to stick to 1 gram per pound of body weight. It's not that hard to get, and you better be sure you're getting enough protein. When you're getting 1 gram per pound body weight, you're definitely sure you're getting enough protein in. Okay, so guys, that was basically my 3 tips to have a successful cutting phase, dieting phase. But because I'm a nice guy, I'm a generous guy, I'm gonna give you 2 extra tips. So it's gonna be 5. Surprise, 2 extra. So number 4, drink water. And you guys might be thinking, this guy has just lost his fucking mind. No, I mean it. Drink water. Water is so important, not just for losing fat, building muscle, but also for your body's health. For optimal health, it's important to drink a lot of water. Not those sugary drinks, but I mean just water, either from a bottle or from the tap, doesn't matter. But basically, water, there's a lot of studies proving that water helps you burn fat and blah blah blah. But basically, you want to be healthy. If you're not healthy, how can you have a successful dieting phase? Come on. So drink a lot of water. Plus it's gonna flush out all of the toxins, and it's gonna flush out water weight. So you're gonna look leaner. Trust me. The more water you drink, the more your body is gonna start to flush it out. And when it flushes it out, you're gonna lose more weight, because your body's not gonna hold on to water. And this is a big misconception. Guys think when you drink a lot of water, your body's gonna hold on to more water, which is false. Because the more you drink, then you're gonna send a signal to your body it doesn't need to store the extra water. So it's gonna flush everything out. And you're gonna look leaner because of that. So drink a lot of water. Now, how much water? Plus, I did a separate video on just drinking, why it's important, how much. You can go check that out on my channel. But basically, I like to drink, but I'm an extreme guy. I like to drink 7 to 8 liters, which is about 2 gallons of water. Now, I know that might be a lot for a lot of you guys. You don't even need that. If you're not training, hard, and you're not used to it, you don't need to drink that much. Me, I'm just used to it. I always drank a lot of fluids, so it's nothing to me. 7, 8 liters is just normal. But the minimum amount you should drink is at least 5 to 6 liters. If you're not getting 5 to 6 liters, you're missing out on the benefits of water. And for some girls, it's harder to drink, so at least 4 liters. We're gonna say 4 to 6. That's the optimal range you should aim for. 4 to 6. That's not that hard. 4 liters is not hard to drink. Just get a big shaker bottle, fill it up. That a shaker bottle is half a liter. And just drink one of those every hour, every 2 hours. And you're gonna see how easy it's gonna be to drink the water. At the beginning, it's probably gonna be a little harder, but after some time, you're gonna get used to it. So just do it. You know? Now, the last bonus tip, which is sleep more. Now, I know this is controversial because it's hard for a lot of people to sleep more. They have shitty jobs, they have, a lot of responsibilities, so it's hard. But most of those people can still go to sleep sooner. They watch TV, they are on their phones, they can go to sleep, they can put that shit away and go to sleep sooner. Now, why is sleep important? Now, I'm not gonna go into the detail, but basically, you can go read up on sleep. There's tons of studies. They prove that sleeping more can burn more fat potentially because you're not gonna be as hungry. Sleep controls your appetite, your hunger. So the less you sleep, the hungrier you're gonna be, and the more food you're gonna potentially eat. So you're gonna you're gonna cheat on your diet, and you're gonna ruin your whole progress. So sleep is so important, especially for building muscle, but for the dieting phase, it's important. Potentially, you can burn more fat. There was one study who slept 5 hours, and the second group they slept 8 hours. And the group who slept more, they burned more fat. But I don't really, that study shouldn't be taken so seriously. Because, those people, they weren't on a strict diet. Those people were only sleeping, so they were hungrier. And after that, they ate more. So if you can control yourself, then sleep is not going to harm you. But if you can't control yourself and your cravings, then the problem is going to be you're going to eat too much and you're going to go over your diet. And you're going to ruin your progress. So if you can control it, then you don't have to worry about it. But some people, they just can't control themselves around food. So get more sleep. At least 7 hours, guys. If you have to wake up at 5, go to sleep at 10. Then you're getting your 7 hours. No excuses. You can get your fucking sleep. Plus, why would you want to miss out on sleep? It's beneficial and it's healthy. Don't you want to be healthy? As much as you want to be lean and big, you should be healthy. Because who cares if you're big and shredded, if you're just sick all the time? You gotta be healthy. Health is super important also. Now, I know this video has been on for too long, but I know you guys like these kinds of videos, so let me give you another tip. So this is tip number 6. Now, nobody on YouTube is going to give you 6. He's going to say he's going to give you 3 tips, then he's going to give you 6. That's how nice and generous I am. So tip number 6. Have a cheat day. And you guys might be thinking, what the hell? This guy has officially gone crazy. But no, I mean it. Have a cheat day. I know you're training hard and dieting, and you train and diet for 6 days, then come Sunday, have a cheat day. No weighing your food, no measuring, just eat whatever you want and how much you want. That's it. Just do that, and you're gonna burn more fat. You're gonna be less hungry because, and if you diet all the time, you're gonna lose your mind, guys. So to relax, have a cheat day. I talked about cheat days on my channel. You can go check that out. But basically, cheat days help you. Don't worry about the calories, the macros. Just eat whatever you want, and that's it. So those were the 6 tips. If you follow these, you're gonna get lean, ripped, shredded, whatever you want. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you out. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and definitely subscribe. Peace out.